not a YouTuber, just like making videos. And yeah, I want to talk about British actors getting Black American roles. You know, that Drew Ski skit, it's not exactly original. I'm like, Key and Peele did a skit sort of similar, where in their skit, Key and Peele, uh, Jordan Peele played a. They were both playing actors that was filming maybe some hood movie, a grimy urban movie. Jordan Peele's character was a real street dude. He was a dude that was in the streets that is, jumping into acting. As Key's character was a British actor. And the director kept, I'm saying, stopping it because, cutting the scenes because he was not impressed with Peele's character's performance while praising Key's performance. Even though Jordan Peele's character was a dude, a New York dude that was straight from the streets. And Key was like this actor, you know what I'm saying? This acclaimed British actor, you know what I'm saying, or classically trained British actor and so forth. But now that I think about it, in the 90s, there's a lot of Black American actors that had played roles of Africans and even tethers. Think about the last King of Scotland. Yeah, that's Forrest Whitaker. Don't you think that role should have went to a an African actor? Think about the Cool Runnings, with Dougie Doug and Leon Richardson. Yeah, Dougie Doug, he's Brooklyn. He's Brooklyn all day. And the Cool Runnings got criticized because their Jamaican accents weren't believable, and that's why I think that movie didn't age well. Matter of fact, I've heard this may be happening of doing a remake of Cool Runnings and actually using Jamaican actors. And you got like Ty Diggs playing a Jamaican, and what's that movie? How Stella Got Her Groove Back. You have the movie Deadly Voyage, which is a pretty good movie. It's based on a true story, like Cool Runnings. It's based on a true story about Africans who were stowaways on a Russian cargo ship. And once the Russians found out that they got these Africans on their ship, you know what I mean? They started popping them off, getting rid, based on a real story, getting rid of them. And the actors there were American. Like Omar Epps was the star of that, and he kind of had this generic African slash English accent, and they don't know how like what is an African accent, because you know what I'm saying, it depends on what part of Africa they're from. Now there was one dude in the cast that was African. He's that I can't think of his name, but he was like in a lot of movies in the 90s, a few movies in the 90s and early 2000s. He's that kind of like big, swole, bald-headed dude. He was also in a lot of rap videos and music videos. That big, swell, bald-headed dude, and normally wears a scully cap to the side. I think that dude is actually African. But yeah, and then when you think about all the movies, street movies or whatever, that may have to have some generic West Indies type drug lord or bad guy like them Steven Seagal movies, and I think about, yeah, and then I look them up and I'm like, yeah, you have a lot of Black American actors back in his days with just trying to pull off a terrible West Indies accent, so I'm not really bothered by British actors getting Black American roles. You gotta think, what about rappers? They're not classic. I can understand when a rapper plays a straight up street thug. That's understandable. But you got a lot of rappers just, you know what I'm saying, playing all kind of weird characters and so forth. Yeah, but we can't act like there ain't black American actors getting roles, you know, representing, you know what I'm saying, other countries. But that's all I want to say. I'm out.